So anyway, with that said, going back to my son, and for you as a teenager, there was a struggle there for him. And where I was very accepting of my situation and ready to lean in and embrace and do all that awesome stuff, he was coming home from work every day. Just, you could see it in his body. His shoulders were up here, and he was tense and angry and just really short with me on everything. And I understood that this is how he was processing his fear and his grief. But I was the one with cancer. And this was I work from home, so it was not only where I work, but it was also where I was going to heal. And so anyway, one day he came home, and I said, "Son, I need you to take a seat." And so he sat down, and I said, "We need to talk about your anger and your frustration." And and I could see his shoulders getting more and more tense. And I said, "Son, you can't come home like this every day. This is my peaceful healing space. And you're bringing all this angry, upset energy into it every day. And I need you to stop. And if you can't stop, I may need to ask you to leave for a little while." And suddenly his shoulders dropped. And my great big 23-year-old son, I could just see him, his throat start to seize, and he started to cry. And he said, "But you're my mom." And so that was, for me, that was the experience of understanding that this wasn't just my journey, but this was a journey that was shared with my son and shared with my big sister and shared with my close friends. And so the happy ending to that story is I got to tell him, if this takes me, then it will have taken me as a happy person. I had a great life. I'm okay with it. And so what I found out several weeks later was, on his way home from work, he would pull his car over in front of the park in our neighborhood, and he would call a friend or find some way to decompress and to find his peaceful place before he came home. And that was a really big deal to me, to find out that he was making every effort that he could to contribute towards my healing.
Wow.
So that was a really big deal for us.
That's beautiful, and I think that just adds to that journey of transformation for him that he went through.
Yeah.
And